name's Mark Bennington. I'm a comic cartoonist and illustrator. My favourite type of tea is probably PG tips, I would say. Generally get those. I've been cartooning since 1985, which will be 18 years, coming up for 20 soon. It's quite a long time. It's not always a constant workflow, but I've been pretty lucky compared to others, I think. I've never had any formal qualifications for it or studied it at art college or anything. Just did art up to sixth form, and it's just something I developed in my own time. And after a while I plucked up the courage to send some samples off to various places, and if you're lucky you get in there. It's it's a long process though. You can't expect for your first ones to get published. It took me about a year, I think, before I got some interest. My favourite artists of the comic world, probably, well, I like Quentin Blake, who illustrates for Roald Dahl. He's got a really good sketchy style, fast style. And Van Gogh as well. Obviously not in comics. I've had people come to me in the past who I've told them I'm a cartoonist and they used to read my stories, so that's really good. And you get fan mail. They just tend to send you praise, really. They like your drawings and your ideas. That's a really good thing. Or they send little drawings of your characters. They're all quite moral, the ideas that I put in the comic. There's a lot of slapstick stuff, but never show anything dangerous. Not that they could copy themselves anyway. It's all over the top. It's like Tom and Jerry type of things. I had to do a pitch for the Spice Girls job once for Walkers, which was a comic strip with the Spice Girls in. And it turned into a bit of a nightmare, that one, because the Spice Girls were a bit vain. And I ended up having to draw it about 20 different versions because the faces weren't right, they said. So I wouldn't advise working for pop stars. I think, yeah, you can, in a cartoon world, you can get away with not being a particularly good drawer, really. You can develop your own style. So you don't have to be a great artist to be a cartoonist. If you develop your own style, then nobody can criticise it. You get some really sketchy ones, which you wouldn't call brilliant drawings, really, but they have a certain charm. And a lot of publishers will print those. A lot of them do like the real quick style rather than finished artwork. So don't let that put you off, really, if you're not a great drawer. If there's anybody out there thinking of becoming a cartoonist or an illustrator, I would recommend having a go at it. It just takes a lot of time to get established. It's basically just hard work and sending off letters everywhere. I wouldn't recommend sending a big wad of work to one place. You just send little bits now and again, and after a while they tend to notice you in the mail pile because you keep cropping up. That's probably the best way to do it. And your name will be there every day on the mail pile and they start to notice you. Comics I'm working on at the moment have got quite a long life. They're projected into next summer at least anyway, so it's been going 3 years. And you do find a lot of new comics fizzle out after 1 year, so that's doing quite well. But in the future I'd like to get into maybe children's book illustration. That's something I'm always trying to do. But that's difficult to get into. You've just got to keep sending your work off. Hopefully one day you match up with what somebody is looking for. There's a lot of funny things out there if you keep your eyes open. Doesn't pay to be too serious, I don't think. Best thing about being an artist is you're your own boss, really. You can control your own time. You can work at any time of the day, really. I've worked late at night sometimes, or early evenings. You don't have to stick to a strict routine. And it's just a release for your imagination, really, and your creative. Because if that gets trapped in your head, it's not very good for you, really. It's not healthy. So you need a release if you're born with that kind of thing in your brain. So yeah, I like being an artist.